children, welcome to the digital classes. I hope you are enjoyed your holidays well. By the end of this lesson, you will be learning about cell wall, plasma membrane, nucleus, differences between typical plant cell and a typical animal cell. And you also will be learning how to prepare a temporary slide. So, shall we begin this lesson? Yes. Children, you all learnt about cell in your class 8. So, shall we recapitulate once? In class 8, you all learnt about discovery of cell shape and size of the cell. You also learnt about unicellular and multicellular organisms. You also learnt about compound microscope is used to study the structure of cell. And we also learned that different cells are assigned with different functions. Cells are of different sizes and different shapes. This all what we learned in class 8. Today we will study cell, its structure and function in details. So, when we want to study about the cell, we have to visit our laboratory. So, just have a quick visit to our laboratory. This is a science laboratory where we carry on various experiments to observe cell wall, nucleus, plasma membrane and the tissues in the plant. So, just have a look here, children. These are the various tissues, glass slides you have, specimens which are stored in the laboratory. Okay. Now, let us study about compound microscope. Here, this is a compound microscope which is used in science laboratory. It is used in testing, diagnostics also. This microscope is used in the school laboratories to carry out various experiments related to the microorganisms, cells, muscles, etc. This compound microscope can magnify a cell more than 400 times. So, by using this compound microscope, we can do this compound microscope is used to identify cell wall, plasma membrane, nucleus, etc. and also to look at the various muscles and tissue. But to study the detailed structure of a cell and the cell organelles, we require another microscope called as electron microscope. This is an electron microscope. Detailed structure of a cell and the cell organelles are studied under electron microscope. Electron microscope was discovered by a scientist named Ernst Ruska in the year 1931. He was a German engineer and academic professor. But the making of this electron microscope, it was helpful for the development of science and technology. This microscope is used in medicine and biological research. It is also used in industrial research. So, it has been useful for many purposes. Everyone should be thankful to the person who built this, that is Ernst Ruska. This electron microscope gives the detailed structure of each cell organelle. It works on the principle of electron beam passing through the specimen, thereby enlarging the size of the cell organelles more than 1,000 times. By using this electron microscope, various pictures have been taken. We will study a typical plant cell. Children, can you see this cell? It is a single cell taken from a plant. Then let me tell you what is typical. Here we call it as a typical plant cell because all cells do not have all cell organelles. That is, for example, chloroplast. Chloroplast is present in plant cell, but it is not present in all plant cells. Chloroplast is found only in the green leaves and tender stem. It is absent in mature stem and roots. It is found only in the cells which are performing photosynthesis. So, here young stem and the green leaves are performing, chloroplasts are found in those cells only. But when we are studying a typical plant cell, it gives the complete picture of a cell which is found in the plant. So, that is why we call it as a typical plant cell. So, students, just have a look at this picture. You can see here various parts of a plant cell. This one, can you see here, it is hexagonal shape. This is a cell wall. This cell wall gives mechanical support to the plant and it also gives protection to the plant. Next to this cell wall, here you can see this is a plasma membrane, or it is also called as cell membrane. This cell membrane is enclosing all the cell organelles within it. This cell membrane is very selective permeable. That means it allows the substances to go in and out only after selection. That is why it is called as selective permeable membrane. You can also notice here the green color structures called as chloroplast. We also see here mitochondria. They are called as powerhouse of the cell. You can also notice a large part of the cell is occupied by a nucleus. This nucleus contains nucleolus. We also can see a vacuole here. This vacuole is present only in the plant cell. This vacuole is very large. This determines the age of the cell. That means in the newly formed cell, this vacuole is small, whereas when it grows older and older, the vacuole becomes bigger and bigger. Here we can also see Golgi apparatus in the cell, and we also notice endoplasmic reticulum. In endoplasmic reticulum, again we have two types, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. We also can see free ribosomes floating over. So children, I think I am clear about the plant cell and the organelles found in the plant. Cell wall, plasma membrane, chloroplast, mitochondria, nucleus, vacuole and endoplasmic reticulum and ribosomes. Now let us study about a typical animal cell. Can you see any difference from the plant cell here? Yes, here we don't find any rough structure, that is cell wall. Here we don't have any cell wall. It is only the cell membrane is the outermost layer is the animal cell. It is also selective permeable membrane. Within the cell you can see mitochondria. They are called as powerhouse of the cell. We can see Golgi complexes here. We can see lysosomes here and centrioles are present. These centrioles absent in the plant cell. These centrioles are found only in the animal cell. Here you can see a round structure called as nucleus. Around the nucleus you can see some structures called as endoplasmic reticulum. When the endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes over them, they are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here you can see these are also endoplasmic reticulum, but they are smooth because here we don't find any ribosomes. We also can see Golgi complexes here, and within the nucleus there is another dark body present called as nucleolus. So I think it is very clear that this is a typical animal cell. Now we see the similarities. We have studied both plant cell and animal cell. We see some similarities in both the plant cell and animal cell. We learn most of the plant cells and animal cells have nucleus, cytoplasm, cell membrane, mitochondria, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, Golgi bodies and many such organelles are found. Now we see the differences between an animal cell and a plant cell. Students, what is the major difference you find here by looking at this picture? Yes, here in the plant cell you see a cell wall which is absent in animal cell. So that is a significant part of a plant. This plant cell contains cell wall. The cell wall is a tough layer present over the plasma membrane which protect the plant from the external atmosphere. Within this you can see one more difference is in the plant cell you see a vacuole, whereas in animal cell they are absent. And few animal cell also present, that is restricted only to the unicellular organism. In a multicellular organism we don't see any vacuole. One more difference you can find out, children. In the plant cell you can see green color spots which are absent in animal cell. Do you find any green color plastids here? No, they are absent. They are present only in the plant cell. What are they, children? They are chloroplast. Chloroplasts are green in color because of the presence of a pigment called chlorophyll. This chlorophyll plays a major role in preparing food by the plant cell. With this special characteristic, plant cell has become an autotrophic cell, whereas an animal cell is an heterotrophic cell. What is the difference between autotrophic and heterotrophic cell? The word autotrophic means the organism or the cell which prepare food by themselves are called as autotrophs. Here this chloroplast plays an important role to make food. That is why plants are autotroph. Absent in animal cell. That is why the animal is unable to prepare its own food and depend on other organism for food. Animals are heterotrophs. Are you clear, children, with these structures? Plant cell has cell wall, chloroplast and vacuole, which is absent in animal cell. So, we will tabulate the information here. You can see a plant cell and an animal cell. In a plant cell, cell wall is present, animal cell, cell wall absent. Chloroplast present in plant cell, chloroplast absent in animal cell. In plant cell, vacuoles present and animal cell vacuoles absent. In the plant cell, one more major difference here is cell wall is the outer covering. In the animal cell, cell membrane is the outer covering. This is a major difference. Centrioles are absent in plant cell. These centrioles are present in animal cell. Centrioles play an important role during cell division. Let us do an experiment, that is a rheoleaf experiment. Here, this is a rheoleaf, children, which you find in your school garden or the places all around you. So, we will take out a leaf and we will fold it and will peel out a membrane and we do an experiment. So, let us weave this experiment here. Take out the leaf, take out a thin membrane from the lower epidermis of the leaf, put this membrane over the glass slide, spread it properly. Now take 1 or 2 drops of water by using a dropper. Put it onto the glass slide. Now take a cover slip, and fix it over the membrane and observe under the microscope. While covering, you should be very careful that the air bubbles remains under the cover slip. When you look under the microscope, you can see structure like this. All the cells are rectangular in shape. They are tightly packed and they are having thick wall. This thick wall is nothing but cell wall. This cell wall is tough layer present over the plant cell, which gives mechanical support and also protect the cell from the changing atmosphere, changes occurring in the season in our surroundings. You can also see a prominent nucleus. There is a jelly-like fluid within the cell called as cytoplasm. But can you see a plasma membrane here? No. What we do is, in the previous experiment, we just add a drop of sugar solution over the glass slide. Let it remain for few seconds and then observe under the microscope. Can you see a cell membrane here clearly? Yes, this is a cell membrane which is seen very clearly. Children, what happened here? The cell has been shrunken. That is, the cytoplasm has been shrunken because of a process called as osmosis. When we added sugar solution over the leaf, what happened? The liquid which is present within the cell has moved out, thereby the cell shrinks. As the cell shrinks, the cell membrane also has attached to the cell organelles and move in. And we can very clearly notice here, this is the plasma membrane and this all is the shrunken cytoplasm. Just look at the cell wall once again and learn. This cell wall helps the plant to protect itself during the rainy season and also protect it from the heat of the summer. So it is very protective. This cell wall is absent in animal cell. This cell wall is in contact with other cell wall through a tube-like structures called as plasmadesmata. And inner to the cell wall you can see cell membrane and a dark body is seen called as nucleus. And you can also see a vacuole. Next, to see the nucleus clearly, we also studied about nucleus. We do an experiment here. For the experiment, we require a glass slide. Put a drop of glycerin solution onto the glass slide. Now, take a thin membrane of a cheek cell collected from the human cheek. Spread it over the glass slide. Be careful while spreading as the cell get damaged. Now take a cover slip, cover over this with the help of a cover slip, cover the slide. Gently tap it by using a needle so that the air bubble do not remain under the slide. Now observe it under the microscope. This is compound microscope. The slide, when you observe under it, you can see cells like this and a prominent nucleus is seen under the microscope. Let us study in details about the nucleus. This is a nucleus, consists of a nuclear membrane. Inside the nucleus you can see a fluid called as nucleoplasm, and this nucleoplasm contains the genetic information, that is the chromosomes in the form of chromatin network are present. We also find the nucleopore. The main function of the nucleus is it transmits characteristics to the next generation. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in the year 1831. Nucleus is also called as control room of the cell as it controls the function of the cell. Let us compare these two cells. By the presence of nucleus, we can classify cells into two types. Cells are of two types, eukaryotic cell and the prokaryotic cell. If a nucleus is present, we call it as an eukaryotic cell. For example, almost all animal cells are eukaryotic cells. Even in the plant cell, we see nucleus. So, plant cell and animal cells are eukaryotic cells. Then, prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cells are found in primitive organisms, that is unicellular organisms, where in most of the bacteria we do not find nucleus, only a little genetic material is present in them. So based upon this, we can say cell is a eukaryotic or prokaryotic cell. In human being, we find some of the prokaryotic cells, that is, red blood cells are prokaryotic type, that is, they do not contain any nucleus. The newly formed red blood cells contains nucleus. When they get mature, the nucleus disappear. So we find few exceptions here and there. So here we can see certain other cell organelles, and the details of this other cell organelles we will study in the next class. Students, I am clear with the concept to all of you. So shall we recall once again what have we learned? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Cell membrane is a selectively permeable membrane. Cell wall gives mechanical support to the plant. Cell wall protects the plant cell. Nucleus contains all the genetic information of the cell. Children, have you understood the lesson completely? Am I clear to all of you? So, note down the homework, improve your learning. Differentiate between plant cell and animal cell. Describe the function of nucleus. Imagine what happens if the cell wall ruptures. Draw a typical animal cell. You can also prepare a model of plant cell in your school or home. Students, I hope you all understood the lesson, the cell, its structure and function. All living organisms are made up of cell. So, everyone should have information about the cell to be healthy. All of you to have good food so that your cells will be healthy. Okay. For the better understanding of the concept, solve the worksheet. Please visit the official website of SCRT. Thank you, students. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.